Hey, it's been a while. It's September 4th now, and I've got a bag packed, and I'm starting the Loyalsock Trail tomorrow morning at 7:30. I'm gonna start the from the Western Terminal and hike eastward into the World's End State Park, where I'll be picked up. Hopefully Sunday night or Monday morning. Um, yeah, my bag weighs between 30 and 35 pounds right now. I'll give you a little rundown of what I've got in my bag. There's a few other things that I've added um, that just, basic things: toothbrush, toothpaste, phone charger, the basic essentials, foot cream. um, so, yeah, I'll give you a rundown of that. Hey guys, so this is a full review of what I'll be carrying for the Loyalsock Trail. I've got a t shirt here, a pair of shorts, a pair of sleeping pants, and a sleeping shirt. That one there. Got a jacket, a pair of shoes for camp, um, three pairs of underwear, three pairs of socks, some cereal for breakfast, kielbasa for lunch, and I got some salmon packs for dinner. This is a rain suit. There's pants and a shirt in there. Rain fly for my backpack. There's a towel. I'm expecting rain this weekend, so I want to be as dry as possible. Here's a first aid kit. This is my water filter. I've got a Nemo tent. I got the Mountain Hardwear sleeping bag, Nemo Tensor sleeping pad, and then the Nemo Fila pillow. So yeah, I am all Nemo'd out. I am at the Western Terminal of the Loyalsock Trail, and it is straight up for about a mile as soon as you start. And I've got a pack full of food right now. We are on our way up. So I am starting right at like 9 a.m. right now. It is 9:03. I'm expecting to do about 10 miles today. And that'll get me to mile marker 10, where from what I understand, there is a bunch of campsites around that area. So that is my goal for the day. We'll see how it all works out. One thing I've noticed in the videos of the Loyalsock Trail that I've watched is that there's not really good tracking of campsites and like mile markers, where exactly you want to camp and where that's going to get you. And obviously everybody's hike is going to be a little bit different, so understandably so. But I think I'm going to try to do a better job about showing exactly where I'm camping, mile markers, ease of camping, all of those things. Well, who are you? This is a hell of a steep hike. They were not joking that this trail throws you right into the thick of it. Oh, feeling really good to be out here. Probably about 2-3 miles in, probably a little bit more than 2, a little less than 3. I was just thinking about how I don't have a trail name yet. I expected to pick one up on the Appalachian Trail. I think this time I'm going to stick with Hunter. It's my normal name. That's my trail name for this time. Mostly because I'm going to be hunting for mushrooms, and I'm going to be foraging those mushrooms in very small quantities, because I don't want to carry 30 pounds of mushrooms, because I've already got 35 to 40 pounds on my back right now. I am just using all trails for this hike. The Loyalsock Trail is very well blazed. I've had zero issues with following the blazes. But all trails has been helpful. It gives little like points that you can click on, and it will give you an idea of what's going on in that area. So like if it's real steep or if there's water source, things like that. So it's been kind of helpful. But yes, the Loyalsock Trail is very well blazed as I look for one now. Been following this ridge for a while. It's giving me kind of a sneak peek of the view that I think is coming up shortly. Should be a decent spot. So far so good. This trail has been nice and cruisy. Like I said, that first descent was pretty tough, but everything else so far has not been so bad. They say you get the first part out of the way. That's your hardest section of uphill. And the rest is just uphill, downhill distance. I won't see a name for this view or window or whatever you'd call it, but it's a really, really nice overlook. Holy cow. That's so freaking cool. A question that comes up pretty often when I tell people that I want to do things like the Loyalsock Trail or the Appalachian Trail is why? What makes you want to do that? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this. Spending 4 days alone in the woods isn't something that's comfortable, which is exactly why I want to do it. If I don't want to do it, that means I'm too comfortable sitting on my ass, doing nothing, and that's not good for me. So I want to do things that I don't want to do. I want to push myself outside of my comfort zone and get good at things that I don't want to do. It's good for you. Get out there and do something you don't want to do. It'll be good for you. Promise. And another thing is that if you do get into the mindset of wanting to do things that you don't want to do it. Don't wait. Don't wait for a perfect time. It's not ever going to come. There was not a single time in July, June, September, or October that there was going to be a 4 or 5 day stretch that they've called for 0 rain. This weekend, in fact, they called for 3 days of rain, and I planned it anyway because there was no other time to do it, and I had to just do it. I was waiting all summer for somebody to join me. Nobody wanted to do that either, so I just did it. If you find things that you want to do because you don't want to do them, do them. There's never a perfect time to do it. About exactly 3 hours in right now. Headed up to Smith's Knob, I think is what it's called. So far the trail has been straight up, ridge walk, straight down, back to straight up. Definitely no joke of a trail. I finally made the climb to Smith's Knob. That was a hell of a climb. And it's only like maybe 1/10 of a mile that's super steep. The climb's pretty worth it. Just a few. Damn. I'm a little naked right now. I'm letting my shirt dry. I'm gonna stop here at the top of Smith's Knob and have some lunch, relax for about an hour, and then hike for probably another 3 or 4 hours. Should get to at least 12 miles in, which is further than I thought. Right now I'm about 7. And I think I just did my last big climb for the day. So should be mostly downhill and straight from here on out. I am now making this descent from Smith's Knob. I'm a little bit behind schedule. I wanted to be back on the trail by 1, but it's now 1:30. I didn't make it to the top of the knob until about 12:30, so all in all, we're making decent time. It's about 7 miles in right now, maybe 6.8. I plan on getting to at least the 10-mile marker tonight, but if I can make it further than that, that would be great. That bird is eating caterpillars out of their nest. It's just starting to get a little nervous. I finished all my water at the top of that Smith's Knob, and luckily I was able to fill up at Painter Run Trail. This is Painter Run here. And painter is a word, Native American word for mountain lion. For those who don't think we have mountain lion in Pennsylvania. So I was just looking at my map, and I'm kind of in a weird spot. So what I've seen people do is that they'll camp at that Painter Run Trail, and then their next night will be right on the border of this private property coming up here. I blew past Painter Run Trail at like 2 o'clock, so I was not about to camp. I've got at least another 2 hours left in me, so I'm gonna hike till like 5, and I'm gonna get as close to the edge of that property as I can, because it's pretty good distance until you get back to where you can camp again. So if you end up camping too far away from the property, you're gonna have a hell of a hike on your second day. So I am gonna try to get as close to that property as I can. I know Angel Falls is pretty close to the border, if I'm not mistaken. But there's also Burns Knob that was kind of like right in between where I am now and Angel Falls. So I should be able to camp somewhere close to that, and then still have enough time tomorrow to get up and get past the private property and then get back into Loyalsock State Forest. That's the plan. This is the first edible mushroom I've found. That's some chicken of the woods, but it is too old. And that's okay, I've got a ton of it. Just heading downhill now. Gonna head to my campsite here in a second. It's funny, I was just walking through all that laurel, and then it immediately changes to hemlock. So you know that there's a water source coming. It's funny how that works. As I walk directly into a spider web. Gosh darn it. Just got here to camp. Got all set up. This is the campsite for mile marker 13 as far as I can tell. Don't quote me on that though. I know that I said that I would be a little bit better about where exactly I camped. But I will say that this is probably 2 to 3 miles before Burns Knob. So roughly 13. So it took me 7 hours to go 13 miles, which is not very fast at all. That's not very fast. But today was rough. I'm expecting the rest of the trail to not be as bad with the inclines. I know around World's End State Park it gets a little more up and down, kind of like it was today. Just keep on keeping on. Making some hemlock tea before bed. I'm gonna go hang my food bag right now. I'm probably gonna hang it in one of these hemlocks. My little baby fire. This is the first time that I'm really using the alcohol burner, and I'm actually kind of a fan. I wasn't sure how I would like it, because I wasn't sure if it was gonna get food very hot. But with this little cup, it's pretty freaking warm. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, hot tea.